Now before going to microscopic structure, I will go over other diagrams, like here, like gross anatomy here. This is good. And one thing, let me see if I have the charts. This is female, and then next one is the male reproductive system. You can study from this. These charts are very good charts. Okay. Here is the look. The suspensory ligament is attached to the or attaches the fallopian tube, and the infundibulum of the fallopian tube has the finger-like projections. It is called fimbria. These are fimbriae, plural. This infundibulum here, this is the usual site of fertilization. This is called isthmus of the uterine tube or the fallopian tube or the oviduct. This is uterine cavity. Uterus has 3 layers. Since uterus is present inside the body cavity, it has to be covered by serosa, and the serosa is the perimetrium, the outer perimetrium. There are 3 layers: perimetrium, myometrium, smooth muscle. Myometrium forms the bulk of the uterus, and then inner lining, inner is endometrium. It is the endometrium, a portion of which is sloughed off regularly and carried away by the menstrual flow. We will come to that a little bit later. I'll show you the histology also. So the cavity or the lumen of the uterus is called the uterine cavity, and that opens into the lower part of the uterus called the cervical canal. This is cervical canal. This is uterine cavity is continued as cervical canal, and this is called the inner mouth or internal os. And cervix opens into the vagina. The part of the vagina is called fornix or lateral fornix here. This is fornix that opens into the vagina. That is lined by the epithelium, and that epithelium is non-keratinized stratified epithelium that is thrown into folds called rugae. Here. Okay? This is broad ligament. This is ovarian ligament. Round ligament will be behind. And this is suspensory ligament. So you need to identify all these ligaments. Okay? Now still more diagrams. Here is uterus. I'll come to this later on. Let me tell you something about fallopian tube. The epithelium of fallopian tube has simple ciliated columnar epithelium. Simple ciliated columnar cells, and also some cells that do not have cilia, and those cells are called Pate cells. So when this is done through scanning electron microscopy, that's why it's written SEM, scanning electron microscopy, okay? This is LM light microscopy. So these are the cells with the cilia, and these cells have microvilli. So some absorption, when the microvilli are there, definitely some kind of absorption taking place, maybe here. But the cilia are locomotory organelles. They produce ciliary movement by means of which the fertilized egg, the developing embryo, is driven toward the uterus for implantation. Okay? That's why the cilia, those cilia are present. These cilia, yeah, ciliated epithelium, ciliated simple columnar cells. Again, a little details of the layers showing perimetrium, myometrium, and endometrium. This is the vaginal epithelium, non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. I'm not going to show you the slides on these. You have already done that in LP1. And this structure here, this is mons pubis. This area is called vulva, which contains all the structures of reproductive structures and all the openings. In this region, this is the opening of the vagina, vaginal orifice. This is the external urethral orifice. The urethra opens through here, and labia minora and labia majora. Here is clitoris, prepuce of clitoris, and this region underneath is a adipose tissue. This is called mons pubis. And here is the region. This region is called perineum, this diamond-shaped area in both sexes. And that contains also the anus, or the anal opening. This diamond-shaped area is called perineum. Okay? That's it for gross anatomy. Now a little bit microscopic anatomy. And this diagram is very important for you. And definitely this diagram is going to be there in the exam, I tell you already. You need to know this.
What figure is that?
This is figure number 28.13 on page 1057. You have to excuse me, I have to drink water.